have done this on this part, I'm going to reverse and do the exact same thing on this side. So I open this, I grab the front, top, I match right sides facing together, and again, like if I am continuing this seam, but from the center to the side, 1.5 centimeters, and I'm gonna again do it by hand. So we now have our center front ready, and now we need to combine this center seam from the bottom. So we need to place right sides facing together. So I will do like this, these two facing together, and then we will do the other one. So align, pin, and sew. If you have troubles on the top area, on the center, up there, hand stitch. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to with my machine completely to the edge, to the center, because I know that it will not go okay for me. So I will do this until I'm near the center, and then I stop and I do the rest hand stitching. Okay, so I will do this with a zigzag. You can do with a zigzag or with your overlock. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my zigzag from the crotch area until the center. Okay, so I'm reaching the middle, and I actually think I can pull this off with a zigzag, so I'm gonna go for it instead of hand stitching. So as you can see, I have my center seam done. It's not perfect because with the zigzag, you can see the texture of the seam, and I don't really like it. But next time I will do this with my overlock. But okay, for now I'm gonna keep it like this. So I don't like this. I'm going to my overlock and do the center seam, and then I will also go ahead and sew these ones right sides facing together. Again, I'm gonna pin and I'm gonna sew from the bottom until the middle. So before we move on and combine the back with the front, we will need to combine the top part of our back, the top with the bottom. So right sides facing together, we will pin here, and the right sides facing together, we will also pin. Okay? And we do exactly the same for this other fabric. Now we just need to sew over these 4 layers, 4 fabrics, 4 pieces. So these two, these two, these two, and these two. Let's go over to our sewing machine. So we now have our front piece here, and I'm gonna do this slowly so everyone can follow. And imagine that we want the back with both the red matching the red. Oh, of course, I've already sewn my top to my bottom. I told you that we were going to do that, and here it is. So we want to place this like this, and the pink on this side, right? So we will do like a sandwich on the side seams, and we will go and sew the side seams. So I'm gonna start with the red side. Right side's facing up, so this side will be facing like this, and this one like this, and we just pin the sides, and it will be ready to go to our sewing machine. So right sides facing together here, and then here, right sides facing together also, and pin. Okay, and we will be sewing over 4 layers of fabric. Do this for the red and also for the pink. So I was going to do this with the method, but I'm thinking on doing this another method. So let's try. My back, so we have our front here. I'm going to align one of the back with one of the back fabrics, but just one. This one with this one, okay? So first we will pin, imagine I'm just doing this quickly, but we will pin the back to one of the sides of the fabric, like so. And the other side, we will do exactly the same. So, like so. And also pin. And when we go to our sewing machine, we will be sewing 2 layers here and 2 layers on here also. So they will not be attached together. And how are we going to do this? Wait, so right side again, right? So why am I doing this? Because I want my strap, the side of my strap to be sewn from the inside. So what I'm going to do now is, after pinning this correctly, okay, which I've done just roughly, I'm gonna open, I'm gonna tuck this in the middle, like so, and I'm gonna open this one and this one, like so. And when I do this, I will then combine the 4 layers together. And of course this will be inside here. And this will enable us to sew from the top of our strap until our hip. Okay? And then we will do exactly the same for the other sides. To make this easier for me, I'm going to pin just this area and this area together. I'm going to my straight stitch machine, and with a very large stitch, I'm gonna do like a stay stitch here, just to secure these 2 fabrics together on the right place. I'm gonna do the same on this side, and then I'll be back to the table, and then yes, I will pin them together and sew over the 4 layers here and 2 layers over here. So I have just made a stitch. I even left the thread loose so that I can pull it after if I want. So I only sewed the 2 layers together here and here. And now, as I told you, the goal is to sandwich this inside and sew the 4 layers. So if we want to make sure we are doing this right, we can put our swimsuit again straight. Okay. And now we want to sew these 2, so right sides facing together, and align the entire area. So it's opened like this. Sandwich the red inside. Like so. Align the areas where we were just sewing, like so. Pin, and then pin on the strap also. Tuck this in. Align everything, pin, and then let's go to our sewing machine and sew until the hip area. I'm going to apply elastic on under the arm area, but on the side seam I will not apply elastic, so I will keep on going, but a little bit with elastic under the arm, and then no elastic when I'm on the 4-layer fabric, no elastic. That's it. I have elastic here as I told you, but no elastic here. I went to my zigzag stitch and I did a zigzag reinforcing the seam. You may not do it, but I wanted to do it. And now I want to trim this corner here, and I know it's secure because of my zigzag stitch, so I'm gonna trim this here. And now let's check how it is. We should probably do also this part. I have to think. Okay, so now we have, this is the reverse side, I know because of my top stitch. So this will be like this, like so. And I already have half of my back attached on the side. I just need to pull this, and our strap is ready also. If we want to do the understitch just like we did here on the neckline, now it's a good idea, but I think I want to do it also on the back, so I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so we now have half of our swimsuit side already attached. We need to do exactly the same for the other sides. Moved my cutting mat from the table, so I think with the white it's easier for you to see. So I've already attached both my sides. I should have been more careful with aligning this, but well, I wasn't. Next time I will be for sure. So now we have both our sides, but we still are missing this one. So we will do the same as we did for that one. Open, sandwich the pink inside here. Fold this and align the place where you just sewn the two fabrics together. So align here. And as we did on the other side, align the side and align all the strap, right sides facing together on top here of the strap, just like we did on the other sides. So we have just done the red side. Let's bring it to the right side. Okay, I can use my loop turner to do this, but it's on the other room. I don't want to go and grab it, so I'm being lazy. Okay, but I will do this in a minute. So let's see, let's place everything aligned. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So now we need to combine our back pieces together. So So I want to make this part as a reversible. So we need to match this side with this side, right sides facing together, and the same for this. Let me think if we should do this first or that. I'm gonna think and I'm gonna come back. Okay, that was quick. We are gonna first combine the center back seam, right sides facing together. So this is quite easy. This one with this one, just like so. Okay. These two together, and the other two again right sides facing together. So if you want, do one at a time so you are sure you are doing it right. I'm gonna do it like this. These two together. Okay, I'm gonna just roughly pin so I won't take all your time. So these two right sides facing together. And then we will also very easily fold these two and do these two together, okay? So let's do it. So now that I've pinned one of the sides, to place the pins on the other one, the easier for me is to open like this, then close, and align again center back seam here. Then go to the sewing machine and sew this center back seam and that one. Okay, so both our center back seams are ready. So we now have our swimsuit almost ready, but not yet. Okay, front and back. So for the top of our back here, I want to sew them right sides facing together. So I'm gonna use the crotch opening, and I'm going to place this fabric with this fabric right sides facing together. I just grabbed the center seam so that I'm not doing any mistake. I'm just going to pin, and now I'm just going to align the rest of my back, and we can go to our sewing machine and sew this, applying elastic. Then the straps will attach here, but they will be attached with a top stitch, so it will be visible. Or if you want to make them adjustable, you could insert here a loop or a ring or whatever you want, and this would make the straps adjustable. I'm not going to do it, but if you want to do it, now it's the right moment. You would mark the place and you would attach a ring or a small strap, okay? So pin from one edge to the other, and we will sew using our serger or overlock with elastic. So the edges will not be easy, and I think I will go and stitch by hand. I will hand stitch the corner here where it intersects with the rest of the fabric. I think I will go to the straight stitch, or I will do this by hand, just the end here. Probably I will do it by hand because it will be too hard to go with the overlock until the end of the edges on the sides. So let's go and apply the elastic on your lining side. So we need to check which is our lining side. So let me check. This is my lining side. Okay, so don't forget, check and apply the elastic on your lining sides. So as I told you, I did with the overlock, and then I went to my straight stitch machine and did with a zigzag. And now the very edge, I'm gonna do it by hand stitching, okay, on both sides. Don't want this to be bulky, so I'm gonna use my zigzag or my lightning stitch and do this area with that stitch. Remember when I told you that the zigzag does an effect that I don't like once it's reversed? So I did the outer fabric with my overlock and the other one with the zigzag. But I confess, I'm so tired today. I'm just going to finish this one and I'm going home because it's Saturday and I'm really tired. So this is the reverse, the lining, and as you can see, the seams are matching and it's much more perfect. And this is because you have much more control on your straight stitch machine than on the overlock. And on the overlock, as you can see, I missed the seam here. Maybe my presser foot is too strong and so it pulls the top fabric, and this is why it slided and it ended up like this. Well, it is what it is and I'm gonna leave it as it is. So now we are almost finishing. So if you don't want to keep until the end, you can go. Just don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel or leave any comments or questions if you have questions. This will be now attached together very easily. We will put this on the reverse side, and on the reverse side I will pin the entire leg hole, and then I will apply the elastic sewing the leg hole, and then we just need to fold the elastic and do our top stitch and it will be ready. So if you want to see the final result, keep up until the end. If not, it was a pleasure having you here watching my videos again, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. So just wanted to share what I'm doing. I want to try and use threads of the matching the fabric. So I don't have big cones like these in every color. So I'm going to try and use these small ones. And to change the threads, as you can see here, this was already red, but these three were white, and this one I removed. So how do I change the threads? You can actually cut them all together and go through them on the loopers again, but I'm gonna show you an easier way to do this. So the threads are there and you can release the tension. It's easier. Release all the tension to 0. And now I'm going to pull my tail here slowly. And now I'm gonna pull one by one. So let me do this with one hand and film with the other. So if I want, I can start by pulling this one. Okay, this is the red one, and as you can see, the thread is coming here. You see? I'm just going to put a little bit of tension so I can feel this coming, and then I'm gonna pull here on the tail. Doing this with one hand and filming with the other is not easy. Okay, slowly pull. And as you can see, for instance, the blue one is already coming here. And they will go through the loop turners with no problem. The only one I need to stop is the one here on this needle. And it's already here, the knot. Okay, so this one I pull to myself, I cut. And I pull it again, and I put it again on the needle. All the others I will just pull the threads and they will go and pull and be ready to sew. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna release the camera for a second. I'll be back. So let's see if you can see it. The right needle, I just have here the thread, and I'm gonna put it again on the hole. The other ones that need to go on that looper over there and the others and all the way here. I just pull the tail and you will see them coming through. That one already came through, you see, and now the other one. You see the knot going there? Let me see if I can focus this. You see it's over here, and now I just pull it and it will go and it's ready. So as you can see, it's quite easy to change the colors, okay? And my machine is ready. Let's do it. Here it is, a small test of my thread, so it's really nice. So now I'm ready to go to my real piece and sew it. So I've just finished up my leg holes, and as you saw, I changed all my threads to red, so they look quite nice. I applied the elastic on the lining sides, and now we just go ahead and do the cover stitch, and it's almost ready. Overlock is done on both sides. As I told you, I have red threads, so on this side it's a little bit lighter than the fabric, and on this side is like a little bit of contrast. I really like it, and on the inside it's very nice. I also think the finish is very nice. But now let's just prepare the back straps. So I'm just going to mark where I want my straps to sit. In my case, I'm going to place them 5 centimeters from the center. So I'm just going to do a small mark there with my pen, and the same for the other side. And I actually realized that I made a mistake, I think, because I think I placed the elastic on the lining side. No, I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cover stitch on my center back all the way around from one edge to the other. And while I do that, I will secure the straps at the same time. So in one go. The finish of the straps, if you want this not to be seen, you should reverse fold this inside like so. If you want, go ahead to the straight stitch machine and give a stitch here so that this stays exactly where you want it to be, and then you place on the mark that we have made here. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to place on the correct spot here. I'm gonna pin this in place, another pin on this side, and I will be ready to sew. I will do the same for the other strap, and I will be ready to sew. In case you need to test, so place your pin and test it before you sew. Probably that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put a pin here, and I'm gonna try it on to see how it goes. And then to finish, the only thing we need to do is go to the cover stitch machine and do a cover stitch all the way around the back. At the same time, we are making the fabric stay flat and securing the back straps. And now, yes, our swimsuit will be ready. I'll share a picture with all of you of the final result. I hope you liked it, and don't forget that the pattern is available on our online store. Bye!